Abortion is murder. First Bible lesson, Matthew chapter 5 verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Second Bible lesson, Matthew chapter 26 verse 52. Then said Jesus unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Golden text, James chapter 2 verse 11. For he that said, Do not commit adultery, said also, Do not kill. Now, if thou commit no adultery, yet, if thou kill, thou art become a transgressor of the law. Brethren, it is not so easy to undertake the work of God, if you are unable to fast and pray. Even if you dance and sing all day long, if you do not know how to pray and you do not know how to fast, you cannot do the work of God. This is not the theme of our lesson which I want to reveal to you today. Thou shalt not kill, Exodus chapter 20 verse 13. It is to bring to your knowledge that all the law and prophets handed down to us stand forever, though the world may pass away. For this reason you should not be misled by the fact that as long as Christ had shed his blood for the remission of sins that you have got a guarantee to commit any type of vice, and you should know that, if you steal, you have transgressed and stand for judgment. He said, Do not kill. If you kill on grounds that Christ had shed his blood for us, you are guilty of a serious offense. This applies to any form of killing, be it done with a matchet, gun, or even with a stick, by strangulation, starvation, drowning, tying a person to a stake or tree in the bush, until he gives up and dies, committing abortion or abetting in the act, simply because the woman involved is in school. Both of you commit the same offense and you both suffer equal penalty. You who with an unwanted pregnancy go in for D&C, dilation and curettage, commit the same offense as the one who kills with a gun or a matchet. Should you consult a medical doctor to terminate your pregnancy by means of an injection, you and your doctor are murderers. Should any person prescribe tablets to be taken in order to put an end to the fetus in your womb, you and the person making the prescription commit the same offense as the one who kills by strangulation. Should a native doctor give you any compound by means of enema in order to abort, your punishment is as heavy as that of a murderer, regardless of any excuses. Even if prayers are offered to you by a prophet in order to abort, both of you suffer, and you both stand before judgment. This is the means whereby every person has to save himself or herself. Maybe you do not want to use any of the aforementioned means to terminate a young embryo, and so you take to dry fasting. Because God knows your intention, if after days of dry fasting, the unwanted pregnancy is miscarried, you have committed abortion and you are in the same shoe with those who use tablets, injections or killed by strangulation. Equally, if you steal another's belongings, you are of equal yoke with the person who aborts by means of D&C, dry fasting, or one who bludgeons any person to death, or the one who kills another person by poisoning. He who defiles the bed of another man, or any woman who is intimate with another woman's husband commits the same offense as that of the murderer and a thief. All those who look at the opposite sex with lust have incidentally offended in spirit. Therefore whatever punishment those ones may receive, you too will have to suffer the same. A liar suffers the same punishment with a murderer, because he had inadvertently killed the person whom he deceived. There are many ways one can kill. One can kill by words or by the way one looks at someone. Those found guilty of such offenses suffer equal penalty with those that kill by gun or by abortion. By this you ought to understand that there are many ways to kill a rat. A rat could be killed by pouring hot water into the rat's hole or by thrusting a long iron rod into the hole, and the rat could also be killed with a stick. This is applicable to committing the sin of killing, by which any means can be applied. It is indeed a pity that you never attained the knowledge of these things. Did Moses not say that he who kills must be killed? Our Lord Jesus Christ on the other hand said he who is angry with brother is a murderer. When you are angry with your brother, you commit the same offense with the person who kills by poisoning, macheting and abortion, and you consequently suffer the same punishment. He who abuses another person kills with words. That person who pronounces woe on you and your father, calls you insane, is equally committing murder. The person suffers the same punishment with those who kill by committing abortion through different means or with a gun or by poisoning, since all these methods point to the termination of life. You might, out of frustration, commit suicide. Your punishment is equal with a murderer, because you are one. brethren, know that none of the law and the prophets shall pass away unfulfilled. It was because of this that Christ said, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Matthew chapter 5 verse 18. A great many of you give thanks to God for not committing the sin of murder, but may I ask such people, if they have never told lies? You may claim that you have never killed, but have you not stolen another person's property? Have you not committed adultery and fornication? Have you not indulged in concoction? Have you not committed and abetted in abortion? All you have to understand about God's commandments is that they are interwoven in such a way that, if you offend in any of them, you have to suffer the penalty, which is death. If you tell lies, you kill, you commit abortion, you are angry, you have to die. The interwoven nature of the commandments. He that said, do not commit adultery, said also, do not kill. He who told you not to kill, did he tell you not to tell lies? He who said that you should not tell lies, did he not tell you to honor your father and mother? Did he tell you not to fornicate, not to bear false witness against your neighbor, as well as not to have another god beside him? Is he not the one who tells you not to take the name of God in vain? I cannot understand why you do not conceive the intriguing case about the commandments of God, that once you offend in one you offend in all, and death awaits you as the penalty. For instance, the motive behind any war is to destroy life. Hence, no matter how brave a soldier is, even if he returns home with wealth of any kind but fails to present his commander with a man's head, he deserves neither honor nor praise. It does not mean that everybody murders, kills with guns and machetes, strangulates, commits abortion, tells lies, steals, commits adultery and fornication. But the fact is that the violation of one of these commandments brings untold hardship, diverse afflictions. They will not be saved by lifting up their two palms to the sky, and calling on God, as a witness that they have committed no serious offense like murder and stealing, with the exception of telling minor lies, being intimate with young girls and indulging in self-defense concoctions. But I am telling you that you have offended in all the laws, because the so-called minor or minimal sins are equivalent to killing by gun and poisoning. For this reason, you have to suffer to the extent others suffer. You must be punished, for they are all the same thing. After all, you have heard that, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Matthew chapter 5 verse 18. Yes, it is so, for none of the law and the prophets shall pass away, until they are fulfilled and judgment is executed. This is a mystery revealed. The wages of sin is death. It is often said that a thief or any offender should not be killed nor ill-treated. But you receive this with mixed feelings, because you feel that, once offenders are set free, they would feel encouraged to sin and would go home rejoicing. That is a fallacy, because any person who commits an offense is already a dead person. All the commandments served as instruments of judgment: do not steal, do not commit adultery, do not bear false witness against your neighbor, have no other god but me, to mention but a few. Should you offend in one, you stand judgment. That is all. The law, as it is for the period of 100,000 years, will execute its duty, and this continues forever. The law and the prophets will exist until when sin will no longer exist. He who commits sin is under the law. Some lament, since they remain in suffering and anguish after feast celebration and fasting. This is so, because you had already plunged yourself into sins and it is too late to get rid of them. Some people are of the opinion that after indulging in sin, they will confess their sins, but I tell you that it is too late, because once you sin, you must be punished. After you have committed adultery, you make a confession. It is equally too late to escape the punishment, and this is why we have tribulations in the world. If our Lord Jesus Christ did not come to reveal all these things, then die and shed his precious blood on Calvary tree, you would have some excuse to commit sin. But on the cross he said, "It is finished." John chapter 19 verse 30. This means that we must love one another, because it is for this cause he shed his blood, and then resurrected, yet the entire world continues to live in sin. Have they any excuse on Judgment Day? All those who do good are not under the law, because the law has no power over them, and as such they are free. It was for this reason that our Lord Jesus Christ said, "A new law I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you." Sin is incompatible with righteousness. Whoever abstains from all sins is absolutely free from the law, and such a person is under grace. Our Lord Jesus Christ told the multitude that they should not